to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, then obviously welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber or viewer, then welcome back. God, I haven't filmed in so long, it feels really weird to be like back doing it. Yeah, I am back. Before we get into this video, as always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure you have. Underneath this video, I'll pop a little icon on the screen just to remind you, but don't click that, it's just underneath the video. Yeah, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe. Obviously I am trying to grow my channel, so yes, thank you so much if you already are a subscriber, or if you do following this video. I do most things about pregnancy, birth, baby, motherhood, beauty, hauls. I just do a bit of everything really. But in today's filming session, because I'm not just going to film this video, I'm going to be filming quite a few videos, so I won't be changing my top and making it look like I've done like 4 different videos on 4 different days. These ones are all going to be of the same like nature, which I'll explain in a minute. So I'm literally just gonna zoom through them and do each section. So to clarify that a bit more, I am going to be doing my 0 to 1 year old essentials, and I'm going to be breaking them down into categories. So I've got feeding literally here, changing, sleeping, bath type stuff, and I'm also going to do like a miscellaneous, where like I don't think those products necessarily fitted into one of those categories. So yeah, that's my plan of what I'm doing. So it won't be one long video, so if you are a viewer and you're like, do you know what, I've just, you know, I'm going out to start getting stuff for my baby, what do I really need changing wise, you can just click on that video, so you don't have to skip through the feeding bit or the sleeping bit if that's not what you're looking for. So I wanted to make it more of a bite-sized set of videos, so that if you only needed one category, you could only go on that video, because, you know, I don't want you sitting there skipping through everything and then it just giving up, and because you're like, oh, for God's sake, I need the feeding bit or I need the changing bit, and I'm just going for everything else. So I thought this would be a much easier way to do it. So yeah, now first up, I'm doing 0 to 1 years. Now don't come at me for this, but I just don't really like the 0 to 3 or the 3 to 6 or the 6 to 9. I don't know, I just don't think that's enough time to know how much you used it and whether it was like an essential. So I was going to do one actually like that around his, I think he was about 8 months. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to wait until he's a year old so I can look back on the year and say to you, I cannot live without these products. Like, this is what got me through the whole year. And I think baby stuff isn't cheap, it is expensive. And I think after a year, you know if it was actually worth the money you spent on it. And I would hate to say to you, maybe if I'd done a 0 to 3 month or whatever, I was like, this is amazing, but actually by month 4, I was like, yeah, this is crap. So yeah, I really wanted to do it that way, so that these bits are what we've been using for most of the year, since he's been born, not just 2021. And I hope that's okay with you guys, and I hope you find that a bit easier. So this one's going to be the intro, obviously, and then I think I'm going to start with sleeping. Not that you get much of that when you have a 0 to 1 year old. I have got my phone here because there are a few bits that I don't have out, they've all been packed away, so just to remind me to include those, I have got my phone here. I'm not being rude or anything, but yeah, let's get into it. And I hope you enjoy these videos, and I hope if you are pregnant, or you have had a baby and maybe you're looking for different things to try or buy, and you're just not sure, that maybe this video helps you out a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I won't be changing my top. I will just be going through each section, filming them as separate videos and then popping them up on my channel over the next few weeks. So it's not that I have sat and filmed in the same top for days and days on end. It's literally one day and I'm going to try and go through all of them. So yes, the only one I probably won't film is the miscellaneous one, because that seems to be the longest one with the list, and also they're the big bits that I will need to get like here and to show you. So yeah, I might do that on a different day, but these ones are quite easy. So yeah, anyways, I've been waffling on for 5.5 minutes, so let's get into the sleeping essentials. So first up, and I'm not going to do these in any like particular order, I've just got them in a pile. I'm just going to show them to you. So first up, one of our essentials was the Snooze Cloud. We did get the Snooze Pod, which I will be including in this video, but we love this. We had this on when he first came home, because if you didn't know or don't follow me on my channel, Tommy was a premature baby, so he spent a month in neonatal. Now neonatal is very, very noisy. So we wanted to make sure that we had some sort of noise for him when he came home, so that it wasn't literally noise to silence. And we picked up this because we had the Snooze Pod, so we got this to go with it. I would like to actually try Ewan the Dream Sheep next time we have a baby. That's not because there's anything wrong with this, it's just I fancy trying it. I'm just one of those people that can't stick to one thing, clearly, but we love this. So it has the lights. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see. Yeah. So you've got the red light, which is meant to be quite soothing and helpful for babies when they're sleeping, or you can put it on the white light, which is quite helpful if you wanted to like just check them, or you know, check that their eyes were still closed. It's not actually too bright, but it's enough for you to see them. And then I think you get 4 sounds. So you get like, I'd say that's like a white noise. I hope you hear that. You get the heartbeat. And then that's the rain app. And then you get a lullaby. Oh, this one hurts my heart. This was the one we played when he first came home, so it just reminds me of him being like literally this big. So yeah, these are super affordable as well, and we just hung it on his little Snooze Pod, and he loves it. We still use it now. It's hung on his cot. I've literally just had to take it off. Luckily he's not having a nap, so that's helpful. Next up, we've got camera and monitor. So we went for the BT one. This is actually our spare one because we bought it, I think it was on like sale or something, or on an offer, and then our friends actually gave us their one as well, because I don't think they're having any more children actually. They've got 2 girls, so we got the spare one, which is super helpful for when we're staying away or we're staying at someone else's house, so that we don't have to untangle everything that's already in his room. So this is super handy. I really like it. Is it the best out there? Probably not. It's not the worst. You can move the camera around with the monitor. You can play sounds through it. It doesn't connect to Wi-Fi, which some people are a bit funny about that. I know I was, so I didn't want it to connect into the internet. I just wanted it to be a standalone electricity so that no one could hack into it. You can talk through it as well. You can adjust the brightness and the volume, everything like that. So I really like this. It's definitely essential, especially when they go in their own room. But yeah, I really like this, and again, I think this was super affordable. I don't think it was too expensive. So yeah, it's not the all singing all dancing one. I did think about obviously getting the owlet like sock and camera because he was premature, but I'm not a millionaire, and yeah, I'm just not a millionaire. They're very expensive, and yeah, they are just really, I mean, they're great, I'm sure they're great, and for premature baby mamas out there, I'm sure we've all thought the same, and people probably have gone out and bought them, but at the time I just couldn't afford it, and he was fine. So yeah, definitely get yourself a camera, no matter what make it is. Obviously, goes without saying in this video, I'm not saying you have to go and get these exact products, you don't. This is just what we have found that we have really needed over the last year. You don't have to go out and buy all of this or any of it or the exact same. I'm just saying to you, these worked for us over the last year. I think they are decent things to spend money on, and they are an investment, especially if you are thinking about having more than one child. Some of them are anyway, obviously, like clothes and stuff, they're not investments. But like your cameras and things, they are obviously going to be able to be used for 2 children. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. I don't know if I said it at the beginning, but you don't have to go out and buy any of this or all of it. I'm just showing you what worked for us. Next up, dummies. If your child has a dummy, I definitely recommend the MAM ones. I think these are the 12-month ones, I think, and they go in the dark. We basically use MAM everything-ish. But yeah, he loves the MAM dummies. We've never had an issue with them. We've used them since he was born. We've just like obviously gone up in sizes, and he still loves them now. So yeah, if you are using dummies, I definitely recommend MAM ones, and they come with these little cases, so they're great just to pop in the changing bag, or like on your bedside table in case they spit one out or you need a fresh one. So that's what we do anyway. Also, oh, this was a lifesaver. There was a spell where Tommy just wouldn't settle, like at all. He'd settle on you if you were moving, but as soon as you went to lay him down, he'd just wake up. So I read up about the Z, which is made by the same people that make the rocket, which we'll come on to. And I think my dad bought this for us off Amazon actually. And we thought, you know what, we've got nothing to lose. I think he's about $29.99. Obviously not that we paid for it, but still. We thought, nothing to lose, let's try it. And oh my god, this thing was a lifesaver. So he vibrates. I don't know if you can hear that. So it's meant to mimic like being in the car, like the vibrations of being in the car. And I think it has 3 different speeds. I don't know if you can hear that. And then he also has a little light that gets brighter, and again it's the red light. You can't really see it very well because it's quite light in here. But yeah, battery operated, has a little switch on the back, and you just literally use those 2 buttons. We will definitely be using this for baby number 2, let me tell you. Loved that. It was a definite lifesaver. Which brings me on to the rocket. Now, when I did use it, it was great. I think the first time I used it, yeah. If you're a mum watching this, you'll understand. I actually used this when I had to go and get my post-baby smear, because obviously I couldn't get up and soothe him if he needed to. And I think when I went, he was only about 3.5 months maybe. So yeah, I popped this on his pram, put it on, and it worked an absolute treat. I will be putting this in miscellaneous as well, for the pram side. But for sleeping, you can put this on like Moses baskets and stuff like that. So I thought that's why I'd put it in the sleeping one as well. But again, you just press the top, it vibrates. You just use batteries, and then you can just clip it onto either your pram or your Moses basket or sleeping thingamabob. You know what I mean. Whatever cot or bedside cot you have, you can just pop that on and it will vibrate away and help soothe them. But yeah, the only thing I would say about this is it was more the timing. When we got it, I think I brought it, it was definitely after he got home from hospital. I think I brought it around Christmas time. And then we went into lockdown for 4 months. So I don't think I got as much use out of it as I wanted to, but when I did use it, it was fantastic, which is why I'm including it. So yeah, just be mindful of that. But I think now we're not in lockdown, people will get lots more use out of it, like when they're out for dinners and lunches and coffees and stuff. I didn't have that, so yeah. And by the time we were at that point, he didn't really need it anymore. But yeah, next up I have sleeping bag. This is the one he's actually using at the moment. This one is from Asda. I'm not sure if they have it in stock anymore, but I have linked below the Asda ones that they've got in stock at the moment. He loves his sleeping bags. He knows, he kind of associates this now with knowing that it's time to go to bed. So when we put it on him, he sort of hunkers down and he's like, oh, okay, I'm going to sleep now. But yeah, it just comes in a pack of 2. It's a little like safari one. He loves it, we love it. Now I don't have them out because they're packed away, but prior to using sleeping bags, because he was so tiny, we didn't use sleeping bags because we were worried about his head going through the neck hole bit. So we actually used the Love to Dream swaddles, which sort of hold their hands up here, and then you swaddle them up. We loved them. They really helped him settle as well. They are a little bit spinny, I won't lie. When they had, I think we bought 3 in the end. We bought like a really small one, the medium, and then like a larger one. Not all at the same time, but we loved them so much we just carried on buying them. I think they're around $34.99, so they are a bit spenny for a sleeping bag. But if you have a baby that is on the smaller side, or a premature baby, and you want obviously the warmth and you don't necessarily want the traditional swaddling, these are amazing. I'll pop a picture here, and obviously I would have linked them down below, so you can go on their website and have a look. We loved them and thoroughly recommend them. It was one of the best decisions we ever made. We took about 3 weeks to decide that we were getting it, and I was fuming at myself that we didn't do it sooner. So if you are thinking about it, just buy them. And then blankets. You can never have too many blankets. This one's from John Lewis. It's just a nice thick one. Yeah, I've got loads of blankets, honestly. I've just stocked up on loads. But you know, if they're sleeping on you, if they're sleeping in the Moses basket, if they're sleeping in their cot, if they're sleeping in their next to me crib, you always need a blanket. So yeah, I've linked some blankets down below for you to go and look at. The thicker ones I tend to use in the car as well, especially this time of year because it's a little bit nippy. And I used quite a few of the thicker ones when he had a few hospital trips and admissions, to keep him warm, because it's not always the warmest in a hospital. But yeah, I think that's it of the things I physically have to show you. Let me look at my list. I've done the Love to Dream swaddle. Oh, a projector with like nursery rhymes. We got him one for Christmas 2020, and he loved that. Love that. So when he couldn't like move or crawl or anything, we used to put it on in the living room downstairs and let it go on the ceiling and like lay him on the floor, on a mat anyway. And he used to love looking at that. He found the nursery rhymes really soothing. I did too. I think one day me and Adam were both off and I actually fell asleep whilst it was on, and left him with the baby. I just fell asleep on the sofa. But yes, any kind of projector with animals, space. I think ours does animals and space. You just change the cover on the top. I don't think we paid too much for it either. I think it was about £15. You just plug it in. They love it. It was in his bedroom, but it doesn't really help with him anymore now. He's like over 1. But we got so much use out of that, it's unreal. So definitely invest in one of those. I don't think you need to spend like loads and loads of money on them. So definitely get yourself on Amazon, get one of those. I've linked them on Amazon down below as well for you. And then last up was the Snooze Pod. So we actually had the Snooze Pod 3 because the Snooze Pod 4 hadn't been released. I think the Snooze Pod 4 literally got released either just before he was born or just after. But ours still meets all the safety regulations and everything. So we will be using it again. But yeah, love the Snooze Pod. I would buy it 100 times over. I love all the colourways it comes in. I think it now comes in navy as well, which is just so nice. But I don't have a navy house, I have a grey and white house. So really the only ones I can buy are the grey and white designs, really, let's be honest. Yeah, I love the Snooze Pod. I don't think you'd be able to convince me to buy anything else, to be honest. We didn't attach it properly to our bed. I left him in the bed and I zipped up the sides, and I was level with the mesh so I could see him. But yeah, I love it. I recommend everyone going out and buying one. Snooze Pod, if you're watching this, I'm your girl. Contact me for a collab. I'll definitely advocate the shit out of it. But yeah, I love it, and I love all the sheets that come with it. So many different designs, bedding, everything. That's obviously essential. It is in our loft, which is why I cannot show it to you because he's now in his cot. So we are saving that for baby number 2 whenever that happens. But yeah, the Snooze Pod is just defo essential in my eyes. So yeah, that's it for the sleeping essentials. Yeah, that is definitely it. There's probably things I forgot, and there's probably things that you think are an essential that I have missed, or there's probably things on here that you're like, no girl, they're not essentials. But yeah, obviously baby grows are essentials, but I thought that was just a bit too obvious to put on here. But yeah, that's all my sleeping essentials that we found really helpful. So I hope you enjoyed this video, or this section of this video. I'm now going to go on to the next one. I'm not sure which one I'm going to pick yet, but we shall see. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you do at the end of this video. And if you aren't following me on my socials, I have 2 Instagrams. I have my personal one and the baby one, which are linked down below. And if I remember, I will put them on the screen, but they are linked down below, so just click on them and then just start following me there to see all the things we get up to. But yes, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one that I'm about to film right now. Bye guys.